You are now watching M.O.D. Entertainment. Make sure you subscribe and check out the playlist.
I grew up hearing gunshots in the late night. Ghetto bird, police sirens as a mother cries. Just another victim of the Soundbrown genocide. Locals posted, locked and loaded, ready to take lives. And when they heard the chief late, they would duck up out of sight. Like your car when the sundown, it was mission time. You had to stay alert cause bullets always travel blind. We stayed posted, we stayed drinking and we getting high. Marchando down the enemy's neighborhood as we ride. Put the hood, put the glica sample, fuck their side. No regrets, but the truth is no peace of mind.
G-File.
Now right here, starting off in the city of Gar. Gar is short for Gardena. You know, that's why you see a lot of neighborhoods put Gar, you know what I mean? That's just the saying, you know, they're from Gardena. The land of the green, you know what I mean? I hear some people try to say that they're green lighters and stuff like that. No, the color green is just their neighborhood color. I mean, they use blue as well, but green is their main neighborhood color. And it seems like it's a lot of the color around here by a lot of the Gardena neighborhoods, and not all the Gardena neighborhoods. They adapt the color green, you know what I mean? That's just the color of the city. And so I'm going to start with the larger one out of the two. You have the east side Gardena. Now, Gardena is one whole neighborhood together, right? So it's one big neighborhood, but they split it into to two sides. You have the east side and the west side, with them having their own individual sub-cliques. But this is the one that's located on the east side of Gardena. You can find them almost by Gardena High School. And also located by the Rosecrans Park. That's their home base, their home dojo, their terrain. All those back streets and all of that, you know what I mean? By the Rosecrans Park and all of that, you know, that's where they have it on lockdown, homie. These guys ain't playing, homie. Gardena's with the business, homie. And what's a trippy part about Gardena is that Gardena doesn't stay that far away from Compton and South Central. Yet, how Compton and South Central, it is with Hispanic gangs and African American gangs not having the best relationship. It's the opposite right here in Gardena. In Gardena, seems like the Raza and the African Americans seem to get along quite fine and actually have like really good friendships and all of that, you feel me? The neighborhoods seem to have no problem with each other. They tend to concentrate on more on people that are outside of Gardena, like Torrance and the surrounding areas. Seems like that's who their main concentration is on, you know what I mean? They don't really feud amongst each other. You know what I mean? Even though there's not that many neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? They seem to keep it cool with each other. Because, they have a really good relationship with the Shotgun Cribs and the Payback Cribs. You know what I mean? Which is the two other African-American dominant neighborhoods that are around here. But it seems like, it's all good between them. You know what I mean? No pleito. Like I said, they seem to have coexisted right here for quite some time. Because Gardena has already been right here. I was told... since the 60s, 70s, but I was told that this neighborhood was established, so already has a while right here, you know what I mean? And it's an average sized neighborhood. Like, I mean, it's a pretty big neighborhood, you know what I mean? More bigger than smaller, but not like the size of Florence or neighborhoods like that, you know what I mean? But still a bit large in its own right, you know what I mean? And this is also the neighborhood in which the rapper Baby Bounce is from. This is his barrio, his side, from the east side. Definitely putting it on the map right there for them. And this neighborhood be holding it down right there, representing for theirs. No chum, no pushovers, and putting their right up on the map. But that's what's up with the east side Gardena. Now here on the west of the west of Gardenas, you have the west side Gardena neighborhood. Like I said, Gardena all is one united neighborhood, but they are separated in sides. You know, the east side being on 165th, and then the west side being on 145th Street is where their neighborhood's at, their main domain, their dojo, where it be going down at. You know what I mean? And obviously the east side you hear about the east side more and you see them up as more, because obviously they're a little bit bigger. But the west side is just roughly there in size as well. You know what I mean? It is one of the sides that you do hear about. You know what I mean? They are with the business. They do handle their thing. You know what I mean? It's just that the east side is just a little bit more larger. But the west still be right there representing. It still all falls under one neighborhood either way, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, they're all Gardenas. 13, you know what I mean? But yeah, the west side definitely be right there representing still to this day. holding down the fort. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is the neighborhood that dominates around these areas, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? Gardena is just a city that just belongs to Gardena, and they represent like that. You know, with their enemies like around them. You know, coming from every side. Hasn't seemed to slow them down, and they still be right here representing it and holding it down for theirs. But that's what's up with the west side. Gardena is representing right there on 145th. All right, and also right here in Gardena's, you have the Gardena Dogtown Stoners neighborhood. Now, Dogtown Stoners is a neighborhood that is located right here in Gardena's. Now, this is what I was told, at least what I was told. You know what I mean? Is that this Dogtown has no relations to the Dogtown that started in Northeast LA, you know, one of the oldest neighborhoods. It has no attachment to that neighborhood. They said that they have the same beginning of it. You know, one is Dogtown Rifa, this one is Dogtown Stoners. Now, Dogtown Stoners has been around since the 60s. It originally went by the name as Bell Park Stoners. Hence where they kick it and hang out and do their thing, you know, their danger zone where they get it on and cracking. They changed it to Dogtown Stoners. You know what I mean? Guess they like the name better. And that happened roughly around the 1970s when they made that transition. So it is not the same as the Dogtown. I heard all the Dogtowns are different. Some homies say it's the same, but I heard that they're all different. You know what I mean? So take what you want out of that. But I was told that they have no relations to the one in Northeast LA where the projects are at. They're two different neighborhoods, but this is known as the Dogtown Stoners, right here located in Gardena's. Representing for theirs, obviously their color is this color green as well as, you know, every other neighborhood around here. And yeah, that's what's up with the Barrio Dogtown Stoners right there representing for theirs. Definitely putting their barrio up on the map, holding it down, because this is the barrio in which the rapper Cujo is from. So he is from this barrio, and they be representing. He's definitely putting it on the map right there for them. You know, I recommend his music. Go peep him out, and that's what's up with the Dogtown Stoners neighborhood right there representing for their side. Now, right here also in the harbor area, heading out of Long Beach, already heading towards this side of town, because they do claim harbor area. You know what I mean? They do hold it down right there. They have the Barrio Dog Pound Gangsters. Now, I know Dog Pound Gangsters originated out of East LA. That's their home grounds, you know, with their birthplace where they started from. But they have established themselves right here in the harbor area. So I was told by the homie Little Man out of right here, you know what I mean? And they were a party crew that became a neighborhood. Roughly around the 2000s. You know, they used to be deep. They're a lot more smaller now than they used to be. You know what I mean? And due to the fact, you know, right there in East LA, you know, it's a battle for grounds, and then, you know, then mobilizing, you know, to another location with the few heads that you have. I mean, it's going to create, you know, it's going to make it awfully difficult, but nonetheless, you still have riders, representatives representing for theirs. These guys ain't no slouches, and definitely putting their rider up on the map. Also, right here in the harbor area, you have one of the pretty old school barrio that was pretty large at one point. You know what I mean? You have the NSR. Now, NSR stands for North Side Redondo, located right there in Redondo Beach. On the north side of Redondo Beach is where you can find this neighborhood. And yes, Redondo does have gangs. Like I said, they grow homies everywhere. You know what I mean? You can't judge an area but by the way it looks, because they get on and cracking, homie. All it takes is one time for them to catch you, and that's it. Se llamó. And the Barrio Redondo, you know, like I said, they're pretty ruthless, homie. Been running the show right here for quite some time, since 1960s, I was told. You know what I mean? These guys ain't no chumps, you know. They control right there what's known as the Perry Park area. So through those back streets on Grant, Mackey, Slauson, you know, all the surrounding blocks around that area was known as their neighborhood. And this neighborhood was known to cause so much chaos and ruckus and put it down and all that, that they put the gang injunction on them. They were the first gang in the harbor area to get the gang injunction. That's how you know that they were kicking up dust over there on their side. These guys ain't no chumps, ain't no pushovers. Like I said, it does crack over here, even though it looks nice. You know what I mean? You know, because they do beef with Little Mobsters, Lawndale, and neighborhoods like that. And these guys ain't no chumps, no suckers, you know. definitely hold it down for theirs and representing right there for their barrio and definitely putting that on the map. But that's what's up with the Northside Redondo Beach neighborhood. Definitely right here representing, because this is the neighborhood in which Cuete Yesca, the rapper slash actor, this is his neighborhood and where he's from. And that's what's up with the Northside Redondo neighborhood right there representing for theirs. Also, right here in the Harbor area, we have one of the large neighborhoods that is right here. One of the more old school neighborhoods out of this area, because this gang does go back already, quite a while, you know what I mean? And you have the Barrio Lawndale 13, you know what I mean? L13, so not to be confused with Lomita. This is known as Lawndale. And they with the business, homie. They get on and cracking, homie. These guys ain't no chumps, ain't no suckers. They already been right here since the 1970s. So they already been right here for a cool minute, you know what I mean? Going at it with all the surrounding neighborhoods, you know what I mean? Especially Redondo. Seems like them and Redondo have heavy beef between them. I was told that the beef that extends all the way back to the 70s. So that's a long time that these neighborhoods have been clashing, you know what I mean? But Lawndale, you know, they have the numbers and, you know what I mean? They be holding it down for their barrio, representing definitely right there, you know what I mean? They still active, even though people try to say that these areas are nice and all that. Like I said, don't ever judge a book by its cover, you get what I mean? You always got to be trucha, because it's on and popping, and Lawndale's one of those neighborhoods that does get it on and cracking. These guys ain't no suckers. And, yeah, they just be putting it down right there, but that's what's up with the Lawndale neighborhood.